Welcome to the Sweet Buddies podcast. Life is better in the sweet. And now here are your hosts, Mike Albanese, Alex Pavone, and Chris Scopo.
It's a tough life being a nurse. Hey, we're in the suite, baby. It's time for a Sweet Buddies podcast. Episode whatever, 80-something, 85 maybe. Buddy, we're doing it. This is the third or fourth podcast without Scopo in the room, and I got to tell you, I'm a little nervous for him coming back. We've had a good run.
I actually got a personal email on my personal
From Scopo?
No, from a fan who seeked out my personal email to
What a fan. Can't hear the podcast when we promote it once a decade?
No, she said she wanted to surprise you.
Okay. By
Yeah.
sending you something?
Yeah, because she knows that you do everything.
I like this girl.
And she said,
She's not
keep
wrong.
up the good work and lock Scopo out of his room.
That's the entire email?
Yeah, she doesn't want him back. No, I'm joking.
Is
I'm
this
just
she,
joking.
us?
Yeah, it's me.
Is this our collective mind?
It's me in a dress. What's going on? How you're wearing a camouflage pants?
It's a little chill. Tonight's a nice, cool summer night.
It's a beautiful night.
It's a real good night.
It's a beautiful night.
I was out all day. Did softball. Lost a game. Won a game.
Split. You split the home and home.
Took a nap when I got home. I got real fucking dizzy and I couldn't go to my shows tonight.
You weren't feeling the best.
I wasn't sick. I just was my head was spinning and my blood pressure was up and my heart was racing. I didn't know what it was.
Did you drink water?
I drank a lot of water,
Okay.
but I also ate a carton full of chicken, grilled chicken.
Carton.
Right, I was standing in the kitchen. I was shoveling chicken in my face, and then I chugged a big thing of water, and then I laid down for a nap. It just wasn't. I didn't sit well.
Chicken. A carton of chicken.
Yeah.
How much is a carton of chicken?
It's a little thing from the Crave.
Huh.
It was good.
Oh, like a little one. You made
Yeah.
it seem like it was a lot of chicken.
Yeah. Let me tell you this. Here's some news in the world. MoviePass. I've been crazy about MoviePass lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if any of the buddies out there use MoviePass, but it looks like there's. The rumor is things aren't looking good
For MoviePass?
for MoviePass.
What? Well, tell the people what the MoviePass is.
MoviePass is a app and a debit card that you get that you pay $9.99 a month, and you get all. You can see any movie you want every day. So
One movie
you
a
get a
day.
movie a day in the theaters. And basically, you when you're near the theater, you pick the movie, and it loads your card up with the amount of money it takes, and then you buy the ticket. Now, the business model is such that they want to get. They don't think people are going to use the MoviePass a lot because on average, people don't go to the movies that often. So they would make money overall. They would lose on some, but win on more. Is the idea. But there was some articles coming out that they were they just had to take out a big loan to make payroll and pay their things and shit, which is not it's not great. But it sucks because I loved MoviePass. It was a really great thing while it lasted.
It's not over.
I hope it's not. I know the CEO. I'm pals with him.
Well, when you say pals, you mean
We've texted. I've texted with him. He's a nice guy.
You said, "Hey, it's Mike," and then he said, "New phone, who dis?"
He said, "New pass." He goes, "Welcome to MoviePass. Press 1 for Mission Impossible."
I don't think it's gonna. I think it's still gonna have.
I think he can stick around. Yeah, I was talking with him about some ideas that I had. I gave him a couple.
How
ideas.
could you not fuck? How could this not stick around? It's $10 for a fucking month of movies.
That's why I can't, because it's seemingly unsustainable. Because if I go see 2 movies in a month, they just lost $20.
Yeah. Well, movies are what, $16?
Yeah, here in the city.
That's fucking nuts.
It's great. I remember they were $4.25.
Were
I remember
they?
they were $4, and they went $4.25. People were flipping. $4.25. What are you, some sort of monster? Now they're $800. You got to fucking get a babysitter.
I can't remember how much they were when I first started going to the movies. I guess it was 14, 15.
You'd flip flip a loony at a kid
Maybe
in a vest.
13, 14. Yeah. There were a couple loonies. There was Toonie Tuesday. I remember that. KFC. Good times.
What's a toonie stand for?
A toonie's $2. It's a loony.
Oh, a
It's
toonie.
a $2 loony. It's a toonie.
Toonie
For fuck's sakes.
I don't know what that means.
It's a coin that's
It's
worth 2.
It's a rupee Friday. You don't know what the fuck that means.
A rupee. Well, okay.
Ooh, that'd be great if I was in the where are rupees from?
India.
You sure?
Yeah.
If I was in India,
I'm not sure, but
and I owned a chain restaurant that also had a beautiful salad bar, I would have a thing called Rupee Tuesdays. Everything. Yeah.
I don't think I should be talking about economy or the global economy.
I don't think you should know the answer to things.
Worldwide
It's great.
currency. When last week I was 3 strokes into shaving my face when I was using mousse.
You told me that you shaved with mousse, and honestly, I didn't think you could be any more clueless.
And I was talking to someone about something like politics or something.
You like styled your hair and then got the hair off your face at the
I was
same
talking
time.
about tariffs. I was like, how are tariffs imploding? And then I'm like, is this mousse?
Howard, what is with the global economy? I need to know what Trump... That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
It wasn't good, but here's how I'm such a versatile human being.
Is that right?
Did I watch-
versatile.
Did I wash my face? Did I wash my face?
Afterwards?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
No.
You scoop the mousse off your face and put it in your hair.
Bingo. I'm a cheap fuck.
I don't know if cheap is the answer. I think you're stupid.
Back to politics I go with moves like that. Can I bring this up because I just heard about this and I find this is fascinating.
I hope you do.
I've been watching this Borat show, Sacha Baron Cohen.
It's so good.
Very funny. And well, the 3rd episode is out today, and you know, a lot of stuff has to do with the NRA and guns and stuff like that. And so I've just been, you know, I'm very interested with about guns in this country. As a person who comes from a non-gun-toting nation,
Right.
I feel I'm
A lesser nation. That's fine.
yeah. Well, we have guns in Canada, but it's to shoot like moose. But anyways,
You got slingshots on the side of your Mounties.
well, yeah, but
Do Mounties carry guns?
Mounties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they really wear those silly red costumes and ride horses with like the weird sides on their legs?
Yeah.
Like
But
the-
I mean,
the
that's
lumpy
more
leg pants?
that's like a traditional historic thing, but not sometimes.
But at one point they did dress like that.
Yeah. I got a couple cousins who are RCMP officers who I don't know, but they're up in northern Ontario. Did I ever tell you the story about these guys? My cousins came from Italy. They moved up north because there was like a lot of gold mines there. I never told you this. And
Buddy, you tell me a lot of things. So right now I'm still reeling from the you shaved with mousse and then you said fuck it and you put the mousse with your clippings in your head.
no, the other side, you psycho.
Maybe we could put maybe you think we could put a little man, I wish we had some like some smart brains we could try to get you to shave with and you put that in your head when you're done with it. Maybe we'll seep in. What if we did this? What if we started putting like geography and like geopolitical books?
I'm fucking good at geography.
We'll put books, and then we'll, like, as you fall asleep, put them over your face. Maybe you'll absorb the information. I used to do that when I was a kid to trick my parents and think I was studying so hard. I would just wait until I could hear them coming up the stairs to check on me for bed. And then I can't get my headphones on.
Yeah,
That was tough.
You called me a moron, and then you flipped your headphones opposite. I can't hear you.
I used to wait till I'd hear them coming up the stairs and they were like checking on everybody, and I would like open the book and just put it over my face like a teepee, and I'd start snoring. And they clearly never bought it because they got my
No.
grades in.
Your parents are smart. They're not gonna make. You're a big galoot like yourself isn't gonna fucking.
My parents are smart. They knew they were raising a dumb kid.
That's true.
I was just a scam artist since day one.
Oh yeah,
Trying to get away with it.
Nobody knew that. But my cousins who moved to northern Canada, like Timmins, where like Shania Twain is from. There's like a lot of gold and mining up there, and
Still?
oh yeah, there's like gold mines and shit. But my cousin, like yourself, a big time scammer, he would every day eat just very minuscule amounts of gold every day because there's metal detectors, so he couldn't just leave with it. So he'd eat it every day, and then for years just shit out tiny gold until he had a lot of gold, and that's what which is ironic that thievery or robbery is what put his kids through police school, through the police academy.
He paid for police school with stealing gold.
That he shit out.
I mean, he couldn't be the only person doing that. Also,
No.
Can I say this? Great idea.
Yeah.
The only problem is that like he had to dig through his own shit.
That
He
is
had
a
to
problem.
He had to go mining for gold in his asshole.
Yeah, that is a problem. I forget what his name is. I gotta ask my mom. I think it's like Zio Toto or something.
Sounds like his name is Zio Shithands. How do you say shit for hands in Italian? Zio Shitty Fingers.
Merdamane.
Old poopy knuckles.
Zio Merdamani, which translates to Uncle Shithands.
Uncle Shithands is the greatest name.
I
for an
think
uncle.
hands. I think
Old Dookie Knuckles.
we should call my mom.
Yeah, call her and ask her. Call her right now.
Let's. My mom's fucked.
Is it late for her?
No, she's fucked.
Can
Me
you
and my mom text all the time.
put it on speaker so I can also talk if
Hold
I
on,
if I
but-
need to?
but
But
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want-
let you do it.
I don't want her to call me like weird names, like when she
Put
picks
it on
up the
speaker.
phone. She
No,
goes,
come
"Hey,
on, that's the best part.
cuckoo."
Put it on.
She says weird stuff.
Come on, open it up.
Hi, honey bunny. Watch, she's gonna say something gay.
Put the mic up to it, stupid. Can we plug her in? Put it on. You got to put it on speaker. It's not
Okay,
gonna work.
hold on.
Put it on speaker. You.
Hey,
loser.
mom. I'm good. How are you?
Upside down.
Good. How's everything going?
Good. Look, you're on the podcast. Don't embarrass me.
Oh, I wouldn't embarrass you. What podcast, sweetheart?
I'm on a podcast. You're on the phone with Mike too. Big Mike.
Oh, Big Mike.
Hey,
I can't
Cecile.
wait to meet you, Big Mike.
I can't wait to meet you either. I hear so many good
Yeah,
things.
I was watching your video, the way you dance on your birthday. You're amazing.
I am a great dancer, Cecile.
Absolutely.
Hey,
does
Is
you-
Chris there also?
No, Chris is in LA still. Mom, I got a quick question for you.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about this dancing thing real quick.
Okay, fine.
Cecile, did you know that my mom's name is Cecilia?
Sorry?
My mother's name is Cecilia.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
All right, I thought that was going to have a little more impact.
no, that's actually my name, too.
Oh, okay.
No, your name is Cecil.
Okay. Who's your friend that just said his mom's Cecilia? I want to talk to him.
What?
It's Big Mike.
It's Big Mike,
Who's
Mom.
your friend that said... Was that Mike?
Yeah. It's just me and Mike.
God, that's free. Are you... Big Mike's mom is Cecilia, too?
Yes. But you're Cecil.
Awesome.
Mom, you're Cecil.
No, that was lost in translation because I was born in Canada.
Yeah.
My grandmother's name is Cecilia. So that's who I'm named after.
Yeah, but they fucked up.
Mama Cecilia.
Okay, Mom, let me ask you a question. You know our cousins who, well, we don't know them really, but they're the RCMP officers, the Mounties from the north?
Right. Yeah, geez. Okay, gotta ask Daddy. My dad.
Yeah. Is it true that guy used to eat gold and then shit it out?
No. It was the guy that's the RCMP.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, sorry.
From what I remember, the guys that are RCMP officers, there's like 3 or 4 of them. Their grandfather was actually one of the supervisors.
Oh.
Okay, one of the supervisors that was like very much respected. They're somewhere up north in Canada. But one of the other paisans that I can't mention.
Yeah, don't say it.
They hired. He would eat it and then go to the bathroom later.
And shit it out.
Yeah. He must have done well because then he went back to the old country and built a house.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Was his name Zio Merdemane? Was his name Zio Merdemane? Can you tell Mike what that means in Italian?
Probably.
Can you tell him what it means in Italian, Mike?
Merdamani?
Yeah. Say it again.
Shit. Merda.
Yeah.
Mane. Hands.
Say that one more time. Say Zio Merdemane, but translate that all in English.
Okay. Dio, merda, mane.
And what's that in English?
Means Uncle Shithead.
Cecile, you're my favorite person.
Okay, Cecile, we
That's
gotta go. I'll
hysterical.
talk to you later.
Okay,
Love you
guys.
too.
Be safe. Have fun. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
What a lady, huh?
Tío,
So,
tía, madre, uncle, your mom's Canadian accent is brutal.
is it bad?
It's not bad. It's not like a. It's just very obvious.
Really?
I think it's adorable.
I think she sounds Italian a bit.
Ah, no, she sounds.
No?
She says Hans. Shit, Hans. Hey, ready?
Okay, so look, you gotta fucking credit me for having a bit of that, right?
I mean, now I know where you get it from. Your dad seems level-headed when I met the man. I'm trying to figure out what happened to you.
You think it was Cecile?
Buddy, Cecil's a wild card.
Uncle shit, it's hilarious.
He goes back to the old country and built that house. Let me tell you, that's a house built on shit. Do you think everyone walking around as he's building it go, you're doing a shitty job?
Oh, Christ, that's funny. But anyways, RCMP, yeah, those fuckers are like, in small towns, the RCMP, the Mounties, are like pretty much the police force. So they'll be on horses and they'll wear that fucking Dudley Do-Right giddy up, you know?
Yeah.
They're
weird.
vicious.
Well, yeah.
The fucking RCMP, they're fucking vicious. Just like any police force. But I will say, after watching The Purge the other day,
The Purge was a good one.
I don't know if you watched I don't know if you guys watched The Purge.
You should watch the first Purge.
I had a lot of white guilt leaving that theater. I had tons of white guilt leaving that theater. I was embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but I was like, I don't want to look at anybody on the way out of here, for fuck's sakes. Did you feel
Why?
that? Because the whole militia that was killing everybody was just a bunch of white guys.
Well,
Bunch of white soldiers.
right, but I also think that they took very specific racial tone to that movie.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't necessarily about the Purge. It was about, extreme right versus extreme left. That's what that was. I feel like.
I don't know about
So,
it.
yeah, I
Extreme
definitely.
left.
Yeah.
No.
Militant.
Isn't that right?
No. There's a militant left and a militant right.
Yeah, I think that the militant was the right.
They were both militant. Doesn't mean military. It just means up in arms.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know.
But yeah, they were portraying not like white like KKK in that movie, and I couldn't be any farther from KKK.
Of course.
Right. So I didn't feel any connection to that. Like when I saw that, I didn't see that and go, oh, me. I see me in there because I was like, no, these are fucking losers. These are the scum of the earth.
I don't know.
That's like seeing a fucking Hitler documentary and thinking that that's me, that's my people.
No.
Right. I didn't see any I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I didn't see any I didn't feel that I was a part of it.
I wouldn't go that far. It was a Hitler thing.
No, but they were Nazis. They were neo-Nazis.
Yeah, but also the government
in the movie.
the government it was behind it was a very, a white.
Yeah. Well, that part,
government.
yeah. I guess I was only specifically thinking about the Nazi part.
Yeah. It was a very white people are ruining the country type thing, which possibly is true, but I don't know. I do feel like I'm always just with everything going on all the time with like the Me Too stuff and the all the stuff.
All the hashtags.
I'm always like on edge. I've done nothing, but I'm always like, ugh. Every time I'm on the subway, I'm always like, okay, you're a straight white guy. Stay away from everybody and give everyone your seat and don't be on your phone on.
Is that why you never sit down on the subway?
I'm always up.
You never sit down. I have to be like, hey, come sit down.
I don't want anybody. I don't want any privilege out there.
You're so anti-privilege.
I'm scared.
The privilege of a seat? You have the privilege of my back doesn't hurt for the next 5 minutes.
I'm always looking around. Just I don't want to be that guy who like blocks the entrance and people will be like, oh, this fucking white guy.
Have you seen the
man spreading?
Have you seen that couple? I think it's an old Chinese man and a Chinese woman. And they have two shopping carts
No.
filled with cans.
In our area.
And he blocks. Well, he's on the end a lot, but he'll block to do like the corner, the end of a train with his carts, and then or like one cart will be blocking, and then he'll like run defense. And when people are trying to get on, he'll like yell at them like, "Get away, get away," because his like wife will be sleeping. He like protects his wife. It's like creepy and beautiful at the same time.
Well, if he's blocking my entrance from getting on the train, a couple Pepsi cans are gonna go flying because I'll fucking kick that cart.
He's got the whole corner of the train like built like a house. He's got like all his shit
Are
everywhere.
they homeless?
Of course, no.
Oh. I thought they.
No, they're upper middle class.
No, I thought you meant they were just like fucking carrying cans to bring them to the.
No, what? He's on the train with
I thought
a
it was,
shopping cart filled with cans.
I thought it maybe he's
That's a
bringing them
normal
to the
person
goddamn.
activity.
He's bringing them to the place where they exchange cans, the old cans exchange center.
Yeah, via train?
You've never heard of the exchange can center?
I've never heard of a crazy old man blocking people from getting on the train while protecting his sleeping wife who's living in the corner of the train with a trash can full of fucking goddamn cans.
Did
and
you
they're
know-
normal.
Did you know the most sexually active people out there are homeless?
Obviously.
Really?
I would say so. Buddy, you're living under a bridge. Let's fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
If I was living... Buddy, I don't live on a bridge and all I want to do is let's fuck.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I bet you there's a lot of disease in the homeless community too. Things transmitting.
I don't think it's unless the S in STD stands for scurvy.
I just hit my head. I just laughed so hard. I smashed my head on the bat. What is this, wood?
Yeah.
That's hysterical. Scurvy. What would STD stand for a homeless person? Scurvy?
Yes. I don't know. Salmonella?
No, I think scurvy.
Salmonella transmitted diseases?
I don't know. It's too late for me to think of a new acronym.
The other day I was on the train and I had my hand on a pole and there was this crazy guy beside me and the whole way back to Queens I was like, this man's gonna bite my arm. Like, I was like, this man's gonna bite me. He kept twitching beside my arm and I was like, I'm gonna get my arm bit by this fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to go home and ask Mike. I was thinking about you the whole time because I was like, Mike's never gonna hear the end of this if this guy sinks his homeless fangs into my fucking arm.
That's what you're worried about, is how much you were going to yip my ear off about how you got your arm bitten off?
I wasn't worried about that. But I was like, fucking poor Mike, he's gonna hear this if old fucking this hobo
But we have to get you a rabies shot.
vampires me. Yeah.
I got into a tilt with a guy in the softball game today.
No, tell me about it.
There's the manager of the other team, the actors team. They the manager, like, first inning, him and the ump got into like a screaming match, like yelling. And
What-
he's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit! You treated my team like fucking garbage." The guy's got to be
Maybe
60.
he was just doing the Meisner. He was just getting ready for an audition.
He might have been. He did knock on a door before he did that.
Maybe he's doing a monologue.
And then the ump was like, "What are you talking about?" And I start like walking towards him because I thought he was yelling at our catcher. And then he's like yelling at the ump, like, "Oh, this ain't my fight." And I walked away. And then finally the guy kicked him off. He's like, "You're out of here. Get the fuck off my field."
He got booted
He got booted from the Broadway League softball team.
at noon.
It was hilarious. It was like
Jesus.
3 at this point.
Give your head a shake, pal. Actors Guild.
Then he goes to sit on the bench, and the ump walks over and goes, "No, you can't fucking stay on the bench. If I kick you out, you got to get off the field. That's the rules." So the guy goes into the grass and lays down and just starts fucking screaming. Come to the end of the game, he gets like starts like sharing words with one of our players, like a little bit, and they start screaming, and I walk over there. And like their team's like holding him back, and then I'm trying to get him like, let's go. This guy's a fucking crazy old man. And then he starts yelling at me. He's like, "What the fuck did you call that guy? I called you a crazy old man, you fucking crazy old man." He's like, you wouldn't defend your team if the umpire. I was like, "Yeah, I would, but I wouldn't start screaming." And then I yell at him, and I was very proud of this one. I go, you look at you. You're screaming around here. You're 65. You're the oldest toddler I've ever seen. You're a 90-year-old toddler. Go to bed. Take a nap, you grumpy. I'm screaming across the field.
What did he say?
Nothing, because he's a loser. He's an actor. He's not an improviser. And the crowd starts forming, and there was like a bunch of people on our bench. And when I got back to the bench, I was still like, "Fuck that piece of shit." And they were all like gripping each other, like, "Oh my God, is he gonna eat us?"
Yeah, you're a big boy.
There was like this weird couple taking pictures of me while I was up there today. It was very strange.
buddy,
They were very little too. And they were like taking selfies as I was like up the bat. They're like following me. I was like,
What do you mean little?
I mean,
Like young?
they're like your size.
A little young couple?
No, just little. Just
I'm
tiny.
not that small.
Like, I'm talking about compared to me.
I'm 5'6",
And to me, that's tiny.
5'7" in the state of New York.
Oh, okay. That's nearly a foot shorter than me.
You're 6'4".
You have a
You
problem.
claim that you're 6'5".
I'm 100% 6'5".
You're not. We're
not doing this again.
We've measured you.
And it was 6'5".
No, you
It was 6'5 1/4", and you guys measured. You guys.
6'5". Now you're giving yourself a quarter?
Yeah, well,
Buddy, give yourself a nickel and a dime. You're
buddy,
a
I'm
fucking-
6'5". I'm 6'6" now. Fuck
you're a
it. Who
goddamn
cares?
Disaster.
Buddy, I'll put lifts in my shoes. I'll be 7 foot tall by the time I get back from Philly.
Can we talk about this though 2 seconds because this just happened today?
Go ahead.
This is the this is the podcast.
It's very productive when it's the two of
What-
us.
what-
We're solving a lot. There's a lot of buddy solvers.
How much time do we have? Yeah.
We're good. Well, we're not going to go the full time.
So apparently, you could make a gun now. You could
Yeah,
print
you could 3D print a gun.
and that's legal.
Yep.
So some fuckbag could download a gun and print it off.
Yep. Although, here's the thing.
I can't even print at FedEx a fucking
You can't even make copies.
a letter.
The thing that doesn't, like, you can print off the plans for a gun, but for that thing to fire is not, I mean, it's the amount of work you would have to put in to fire basically a gun made out of fucking hot glue.
Plastic.
It's not gonna work.
But eventually it will.
Maybe. And
There's got to be one gun that works.
the real problem with it is not the fact that you can just have this gun, it's the fact that they're not registered. And they're just like these freewheeling guns walking around. And that's the problem. It's a precedent. It's a dangerous precedent.
So how come it's
To start.
illegal?
It's legal.
I mean, how come it's legal?
I don't think that the argument isn't that the owning this gun is illegal. It's the plans for the gun, which is like I don't think there's any real legal precedent they can make blueprints illegal for that.
Can you print bullets?
If you, I don't know. No, I don't. I mean, I bet you could, but you got to put gunpowder in it and light it on fire, and it's a piece of plastic. It's just gonna fall apart.
You think?
I don't think it would do any. I mean, it might like sting. I don't think it's gonna.
Kill you.
I mean, look, I say that now, and then in fucking a year, people are just gonna be getting shot up with these little fucking
Plastic
Mario,
guns.
these little goddamn Mario bullets. But I think the ruling was that the plans, they couldn't prevent you from downloading the plans to a gun that you could print on a 3D printer. But at this point, right now, where we are in the world with 3D printers, I mean, if you can afford a 3D printer that can make a gun, you can just get a gun.
What the fuck is a how much is a 3D printer?
They're not cheap,
Yeah.
you know?
Are they color?
No, it's little plastic strip. It's like little pieces of plastic tubing. You seen a hot glue gun?
Yeah.
You know, it's got that little plastic coming out. It's
yeah.
like that, but thinner. It's like a reel of plastic. It's just plastic, and then it goes into this machine.
Oh,
It's
is
like
it
a
always
CNC
plastic?
machine.
I heard that they were
You know, they
making
could do
like
stuff.
houses out of 3D printers.
Yeah, like there's
And food.
Yeah, it just depends on what you put in there, what the medium you put in there, if you can get it to work.
I don't like these things, these 3D printers. Freak
Why?
me out.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's some
I
really cool
guess.
stuff you can do with it.
I guess.
You can make a globe. Make a chair.
A globe is fine.
Make a chair.
Chairs are fine.
Chairs are fun.
But I don't know about a gun.
I think it'd be cool to make a gingerbread house. That's what I want to do with it.
The whole point of a gingerbread house is to eat it.
Yeah, and you chomp on it. Put a little graham cracker plastic in there. I love graham cracker houses.
I thought you were going to say plastic.
No, I love.
I
used to
love
eat glue,
plastic.
but
Who didn't?
I love gingerbread
eat
houses. They're the
glue.
best.
Didn't everyone eat glue?
I don't know. I ate it like it was a snack, though. I didn't eat it like, look at me eating glue. I was just like, I'm hungry.
That's, I guess, the difference between people who are like, I'll lick a glue. I like the way this tastes. Well, 3 licks later, you're like, I'm done with this. But you were like, this is a goddamn meal. What do you call it with those things, those meal things, those charts with dairy and...
Oh, the food chart,
Yeah, the food chart.
right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think yours had glue on it.
Glue's in the bread section. Good for now, but later you're going to regret it. Every time I eat a bite of glue, I'm like, oh, this is going right to my hips. A lot of calories. Too much sugar in glue.
Did you like the glue stick or did you like the glue paste?
I like Elmer's glue, just white school glue.
Yeah, that's the one
I also would like put it on my fingers and I'd give it that thing. on
Yeah,
my
yeah,
hand
you'd
until it would
rub your
dry, and then I
fingers.
would like
and then eat it.
stretch it apart. No, I would eat. I didn't like it when it was like that.
I guess that's what all
Like
three of
dry
us.
glue.
I guess that's what all three of us have in common in this house. And I will 100% include Scopo in this. That
Oh,
we
yeah.
all ate glue.
I used
There's
to
no
like.
way he didn't eat glue.
I used to put glue all over my hands and let it dry until you couldn't see it, and then I'd peel it off like it was skin. I was like,
Ew.
look, I'm peeling my skin off. And nobody cared. I just had this memory the other day, speaking of being a child. Did I ever tell you about the pull-up deal I had in, like, kindergarten?
Pull up deal?
Okay. I don't think I've told this story before. I was telling my improv troupe the other day. And when I was in kindergarten, there was this girl.
Kindergarten.
And talk about a good scam. I think this might have been the start of the scam for me. Because I didn't run this scam. She ran
The
it on-
origins of this game?
This might be the OG scam side.
Hmm.
Because I had nothing to do with this. I
Zio
was just
Merdemane would be very proud of you.
old Uncle Shit Fingers. I still think Uncle Dookie Knuckles is a great nickname. I'm gonna get my nephews and nieces to call me Uncle Dookie Knuckles. Kindergarten playground. There's like a little hill that went down the side that nobody could see you, and she made a deal with me that if every time she could do a pull up or a chin up,
Oh, you told me this yesterday.
we'd run down the hill and she'd show me her panties. And then we'd run back up, she would do another chin up, and then I would. And maybe that's the seed in my brain that I was like, oh man, I could get something for nothing.
This is Mikey Me Too.
This is this is great. I got me too'd.
You got me too.
I didn't ask to see it. She just showed it to me. I didn't know.
She
what was
said,
going on.
I'll do a pull up. And
And then I'll show you my panties.
she liked you.
Obviously. What wasn't to like? Curly red hair? Buddy, I was killing it back
Eating
in
glue.
Buddy, I had glue. I had glue skin coming off. I had curly red hair. I
think
was
that-
fucked up from the fucking chemicals.
I think that's what made little girls into little boys.
It was the glue?
Yeah, they're like, look at him peel that glue glove off of his fucking hand.
I think the girls were eating more glue than us, and we never knew about it. They were hiding that glue. They were all fucked
They were
up.
Huffing glue.
They were drunk on Elmer's. What do you guys want to do? You want to do a little Elmer's and Elmer's soda?
So she'd do a pull up, run down the hill, and show you her underwear.
She'd lift her skirt up. I'd see her panties, and I'd go, "Cool," and then we'd go back. I didn't even know what panties. Like I didn't know what was going on. There was something sexual about it. I was just like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to see your panties. I would like to see your panties."
When do you remember the first time you liked a girl? How old were you? Because I was pretty young.
I had a crush on my third grade teacher. I think in third grade, I had like dreams of her kissing me. I can still I know that feeling still, like not like emotionally, but like the feeling of her lips on my lips, because I never obviously kissed a woman before.
Lips on your lips.
She would kiss me.
Why?
I don't know. In my dreams.
Oh, in your dreams.
Not in real life. She wasn't making out with a third grader. This fucking 40-year-old woman, tongue, fucking throat.
At first I thought you said. I remember I had a crush on my third grade teacher when I was in fifth grade, and I was like, "Ooh, how much glue did you have, buddy?"
Buddy, I was eating for lunch. Sprinkle it on my nachos.
So you would dream about your third grade teacher.
I had one dream
What
that
was
I
her
still
name?
remember. I'm not gonna say her name, Miss Vaughn. Not the point.
Miss that Veronica Vaughn.
Man, I don't know. When was the first time I remember having a crush on a girl? I told I came out of the closet to my parents once, like just to see if they were, because I was obviously a very progressive child.
You came out.
Yeah, I was very progressive. I
What
was
do you
like,
mean?
I was like, I want to see how they would react.
Like you
'cause
came
I-
out of a closet as a kid to scare them?
No,
Or-
but there was no closet big enough for me.
I'm gay.
No, I came out gay. Not because I was goofing on, that sexuality. I would never do that. I was trying to see if they would how they'd react, because I wanted to know who I was dealing with. Like, I wanted to make sure.
How
that-
old were you?
I was probably like a junior or senior in high school. It was a goof. Here's the other part. I used to come home really drunk and high, and
Blow guys.
that's why I came out. They actually just caught me, and I was like, and I would go home really hammered, and they just always, the rule was no matter what time you came home, just wake us up, or just tell us you're home, so that way we can go to bed. And they would be asleep, and I'm like, hey, I'm home. They're like, all right, and that was it. One day I come home and I'm blitzed out of my noodle. Like my eyes look like fucking Ritz crackers. They're all over the place.
The Blitzkrieg Bop, huh?
And they were wide awake at like 3 a.m. watching TV. Lights are on. I'm like, fuck. I like poke my head in, and I'm like, "You guys, I'm home." They're like, "Come on in." I was like, fuck. And now looking back, they were probably drunk and high. But then I was like, I started like dancing, and like I was out of my mind.
Dance?
I was fucked up. They were like playing music and shit. I was like, fuck it. I was partying. I had to be. There's no way they didn't know. And I told them, I was like, hey, look, you guys are up, and I'm in a good mood. I just want to let you know. And I hope you guys still love me, but I think I'm gay. And they were like, oh, okay. If you are, that's fine. We love and accept you, but you're not. I was like, excuse me? And I was like going to get self-righteous about it. Like, what do you mean? They were like, if you were, absolutely, please. That's great. But you're not. And I go, why would you say that to me? And they're like, we raised you. You've been chasing girls since you could walk.
Yeah.
You've been trying to nip at their butt cheeks. They're like, if you were gay, great, but you're not.
And you have a horrific sense of style.
What are you talking about?
And you can't dress yourself for shit.
I was crushing it. I'm still crushing it. Look at me. I got my Reeboks on.
What every fashionable gay man says.
Yeah.
Look at me. I have Reeboks on.
Look, I've got my medicated Skechers on. I'm killing it. I did, yeah, but they were like, oh, I was like, I guess you're right. I was just kidding. They're like, well, yeah, okay, who cares? If you are, no problem, but you've been literally trying to make out with women since you could walk. It's like, all right. See, I don't remember. What about you?
Well,
Do you remember the first time you like really liked the girl?
Yeah, I told you this. Yeah, the other day.
It was 6 weeks ago when you met a...
No, I told you this the other day. Great.
on the podcast?
No.
Tell the people!
It was a fourth. It was for Montessori school, which, as you know, Montessori school is a school before.
For special kids.
It's I think you're 3. It's before you go to JK and SK. It's for
What's
smart
JKSK?
junior kindergarten, senior kindergarten. It's
You
for
had junior kindergarten and senior kindergarten?
yeah.
Is senior kindergarten just kindergarten?
Yeah, JK and SK.
I can't tell if you're kidding or not.
No, I'm not. How can I make this up?
Oh, you kept saying JK.
Isn't there
you kept saying JK.
Isn't there isn't there junior kindergarten and senior
We had preschool,
Okay.
and then we had kindergarten.
Do you know what Montessori school is?
Yeah,
though?
but that's like a private school.
I went to Montessori school before. Maybe instead of junior kindergarten, I went because I was gifted. And
Is that what they told you?
well, this is maybe what ungifted me. This is what this is when I
They had
came out of
organic glue and that had a lot of not enough developmental chemicals in it.
I had a crush on this girl named Alessandra, who I still have on Facebook and Instagram because I grew up with her. And I tried to impress her by showing her how powerful I was. And I went to go, I brought my cubby down and I went to go bench press it, but I didn't have the upper body strength yet because it was
like
3.
you do now.
And it fell on me, and it hit my head, and only my legs and arms were coming out of the, my limbs were
It's like a
coming
Dick
out.
Tracy character.
Yeah,
Just getting smashed.
Yeah, and then
What you're like Roger Rabbit as you came out of the cartoon.
and I just remember kids like crying. They were like ah!
They thought you were dead.
Yeah, well, buddy,
Did it smash your head?
Yeah, I had a big bump on my head, and then I just
Oh.
remember someone picked up the thing, and I was just crying, and then my mom picked me up with my grandmother, and they were like, "Fuck, buddy, you're never
Did
gonna get
Did you tell them? Like, did they know you were the one that pulled the thing down, or did it?
Yeah, they
Or
know.
did they think it fell, and then
No,
the
they know.
manufacturer got sued?
No, they know.
That's
No,
where
they
my
know.
family would have gone.
No, I
We're
pulled it.
suing the manufacturer.
Yeah, no, they.
Did you practice this bench pressing of the cubby, or you just saw something big?
No,
You're like, I can push.
You
that
know
up.
me, man. I think I might have done it prior, but I guess I buckled under the pressure.
Did you go? Did you get?
I got crushed in front of my crush. That's pretty good.
Did you get?
That was pretty good.
It was good. I laughed.
I might use that one day.
Did you get kicked out of Montessori school for that?
No, I got rewarded for being
So
an
strong?
innovator.
They took you to PE. They're like, this kid needs to be in the gym.
But I told my parents the next day. I was like, I can't go back to school for another day or two. I'm roughed up. I think I got CTE. I feel like a running back.
Buddy, why don't you pull that thing down? Why don't you pull Scopo's dresser down right now? I'll give you the day off tomorrow.
I die. If I want to go pull the thing up and bench press that thing, I die.
The thing would fall apart before it hit you. It'd be one piece of wood shrapnel left. The thing's held together with fucking wood glue and the jizz of 2 grown men.
Yeah, Alessandra. Sometimes she still sees me. I see her when I go back home, and she always remembers.
I remember going to. There's a kid that would. He'd always had his mom only packed him snacks for lunch, like oatmeal pies, zebra cakes, ho-hos, ding-dongs.
Oh, this kid's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, he didn't like them. But his mom gave him. That's all he had. They just gave him a ton of candy and shit. And we never had candy, ever.
You used to rob him.
No, he would just give me his candy.
Yeah, sure, give.
No, he would.
As you choke him.
No, he would trade me like an apple. Like the kid was desperate for a little nutrition. And I would have like a paper bag with, a couple apples in it, even though I was allergic. And, he'd give me sometimes he'd just give me his snacks. I remember one time I kind of snapped on him because I'd meet him like had his locker for lunch. And I'd be like, hey, man.
Snapped on him?
I was like, hey, man, what you got? He's like, oh, I don't get anything today. I was like, what? I was like counting on an oatmeal pie. I wanted that.
I've been looking forward to this goddamn oatmeal pie all day.
I was like, you kidding me? I just got a fucking plain 2% milk. What do you think I'm gonna do with this? Drink it without a sweet? You think I'm gonna not have a cookie and then drink this milk like a fucking loser? I will. And I don't know what happened to that kid. He like disappeared after like 3rd grade. He got lost in the 70s.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Buddy, what plug your Sirius thing. We're going to kick this thing out of here, but plug your thing. Let's get the buddies to listen and do it.
If you go to SiriusXM, if you Google this, SiriusXM Top Comic, I'm in a competition, and you vote for me, Alex Pavone, Pavone. It's the semifinals. If I make it to the next round, I go to JFL 42, and September 27th is the finals, where the grand prize is $25,000 Canadian, which is not good. And
it's like $19,000.
Yeah,
American.
It's 77 cents to the dollar. I was just Googling it. And
so what is that? That's about $17,500.
Yeah.
Plus after taxes, you're gonna end up with about $8,000.
Yeah.
And then commissions, you're gonna have to cut Yuck Yucks a piece of that.
They're getting fuck all.
So you'll end up with like $6,000 out of 25.
Yeah, they keep giving you they give you the check for $25,000, and then they pull. It's like a magic trick. They pull the check, and then it says $17,000 American, and then they pull it again, and they go after taxes, and then they pull it again until you're down to about $5,000, and then they pull down your pants and fucking stick the microphone pole right up your ass,
and they're like, "You better be grateful."
Exactly, and also there's like multiple.
You get a bunch of shows.
Just for Laughs, Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Sydney, Australia. You get to perform at the Sydney Opera House, which is the big one. There's 18 people left, so I have a fighting chance. So I need people to vote. If I get into the finals, it's.
We're gonna put a link up on the Sweet Buddies Instagram,
Thank you.
So you can just click the link and then just go vote. You can vote every day, so vote every day that you think about it. Let's get
every 24 hours.
Here's the good news: is that you vote for Alex, he's gonna make this money, and then we get to stop doing this podcast because then we'll finally feel like someone's successful, and then me and Scopo can just live off of that bit of success for the rest of our lives.
They can live off that $17,000, that sweet $17,000 that will be
after
whittled
taxes
down
is
to
about 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
10% commission, but you got to pay 10%
to you guys.
No, you got to pay 10% on the total, so that's $2,500. Or no?
Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah,
actually,
it's $2,500.
This will be fine when I don't make it into the
$2,500. So now you're down to $5,500. So you get $5,000. That's fine.
So if I lose, I'll just use this.
Well, then we'll go get steaks. We'll go have a steak dinner. We'll go sweet you. Look, dinner's on you, obviously. I want you to win because I want you to buy a meal. I want you to pay. I want you to be like, hey, let's go out to dinner.
I'll get you a coffee.
That's actually, you got me coffee today, and that was a very sweet thing of you to do. You were pre-spending this $800 you're gonna win.
Buddy, you gotta act like you've been there before.
I'm saying. Well, yeah, go vote for him. We'll put it on the Instagram and shit. Maybe we'll post it on Facebook. Too.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm in Philly this weekend. Right now, it's Thursday, so I'm. What's today's date? This is the August 2nd. I am tonight, August 2nd through what is it? The 4th. I'm at the Punchline in Philadelphia with Andrew Santino, who is hysterical. If you ever watch I'm Dying Up Here, he's the redheaded guy. He's been in a million things. He's one of the funniest guys out there. So check it out. Punchline Philly, inmyownhead.com. You click the link and get tickets. What else you got? Anything?
No.
All right, buddy. This has been great. I actually feel like we enjoyed ourselves and we got something accomplished. We talked politics. We talked economics. We did finances. We talked about biology with our glue skin. And we talked a lot about Uncle Shithands.
Zio Merdemane.
Zio Merdemane.
Sì, signore. Uncle Shithands.
Buddy, I bet you. Do you think when he wiped his ass, it was sparkly? All right, have a good one, buddy.
This has been another episode of the Sweet Buddies podcast. Thank you for listening. Visit www.sweetbuddiespod.com for all show information, past episodes, tour dates, and more. Follow the show on Twitter at Sweet Buddies and your hosts at Big Man Mike, at Mr. Alex Pavone, and at Chris Scopo. Have yourself a sweet day.